49ers, 81 yards rushing, 83 yards passing, and then back to Brock Purdy, who was the man of the hour, the topic of discussion. He'll have an MRI tomorrow. But after that elbow injury early in the game, well, after the game, Purdy offered these thoughts.
You know, my arm just felt like it stretched out, just felt like really a lot of just shocks all over from my elbow down to my wrist. Just pain, really, all over.
Brock was just Brock, you know, just trying to stay the same, but knowing he could not throw the ball, it was just rough for him. We was doing everything possible to kind of build him up, and, I mean, the only thing he could do is hand the ball off.
I couldn't throw anything probably over 10 yards, 5 yards, so that's why we just had some screens. That was really our only option when I went back in.
There's only so much you can do. Like, you know, Wildcat's good for, you know, here and there, but it's not really an NFL offense, you know, to just run that. I'm pretty sure if we just put Christian in at quarterback and Debo at running back, I think they would know what we were doing, and they'd probably just put 10 in the box, and you only do so much.
It's the first time seeing that where, you know, both quarterbacks get hurt and you literally can't throw the ball and you just have to run the whole game. So, tough pill to swallow, go out like that. Just wasn't our day, I guess.
I'm just so sad for the older guys, you know, Fred, Trent, George, Eric Armstead, everyone, all the guys that have been through this. You know, they've obviously been to the Super Bowl in 19 and then last year in the NFC Championship, and then for this to happen, it's in the first drive, really, of, man, like, this is the kind of game we have to play after the first drive, and I'm just frustrated. But it's more sad for those guys than anything because they deserve to win the whole thing.
He ain't got nothing to be sad about. You know, he's the reason we even got to this game. When Jimmy went down against the Dolphins, like, we didn't know what our season was going to be, you know. He came in and did a heck of a job. He's the reason we're here right now.
The kid has played his off for 8 or 9 weeks and has played lights out. And he deserved the moment to go play at the world's highest stage of our sport. And unfortunately, like I said, the ball didn't bounce our way on that one.
And then there are the penalties. I'll tell you, Charlie, the players in that locker room, they were very guarded in their comments about that. But, boy, 81 yards worth of penalties, some very questionable.
You can't just say anything without getting fined, but I think people saw what happened. And, you know, those penalties extended drives.
The replays pretty clearly show that Devontae Smith did not catch that ball. Why wasn't it challenged?
Because the replay we saw didn't definitely show that. We saw one up on the scoreboard. I was going to throw one anyways, just to hope to take the chances, but they showed one up on the scoreboard that didn't have all the angles you guys saw, and that looked like a catch, and so we don't want to waste the timeout, which we definitely would have if we didn't see that.
That was a catch. That was a catch. Great catch. Great catch. Yeah, it was. It was. But did y'all see a lot of those penalties, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't want you to get in trouble with the penalty. I mean, we all saw it, but I'm sure as a player, the frustration really had to set in, seeing all those hankies on the ground.
Oh, yeah, it definitely did, you know, especially for our defense. You know, I don't play defense, but, you know, just wish I could be out there with those guys. Just seeing those penalties just come up, you know, I feel like a lot of those penalties were tic-tac calls.
It's not a home game. You know, home game, they'll show it like 3 or 4 times. Did it? Was it incomplete? It was? So you're telling me they hit me with a PI that was a good play and they said he caught the ball? Oh, man. I had a good game there. Hey, man, Jimmy Ward, man, play nickel good, and I play safety, man. Y'all already know what time it is, man.
As we send this back to San Francisco, I have no doubt that that team is watching that game on the plane flight back. Back to Charlie in studio.
I wouldn't want to watch it on the plane flight back. I don't know about you.
No, Charlie, that's one you want to get out of your mind. But I'm going to tell you right now, there were some bad calls there, but they just didn't happen tonight.